Oh, did I tell you guys about my horror story at the doctor today?
No, did you turn your head and cough?
No, he didn't. I actually was a little sad. He didn't grope me. It was almost like, what? My junk isn't.
You wanted him to?
Well, no, but like when you expect somebody to grope you and then they don't, it's just like, wait a minute. Is there something wrong with my junk, you dick?
I want my money back.
So, okay. So for those of you guys who don't know, I haven't had insurance for ever. Like the last time I was insured was when I was 26. So let's see, that was 7 years ago. Last time I went to a doctor was 2006. So it's been a while. It's been a long fucking time since I've been to the doctor. And that's no bueno. That's not good. That's not good. So anyways, I go to the doctor today and I'm supposed to be there for a physical. So physical, at least here in Texas, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure it works this way everywhere, but for a guy, you know, they check your ears, they check your eyes, they check your temperature, you know, they check your reflexes, they check your weight, they check your breathing, they listen to your heart, etc., etc., etc. And then the final act, the most humiliating aspect of it is when it's all said and done, your doctor then sticks his hand near your penis and tells you to turn your head and cough. It's to check for hernias. So ladies get to miss out on that. Of course, ladies get to go to the gynecologist, and that's a whole nother different nightmare. So we only get a little taste of it. Those poor, I mean, I've seen those things they make y'all sit in. That's like right out of a horror movie. That is just. So anyways, I get in there and, you know, I get weighed, we get taken in, you know, they ask me every question under the sun, you know, and then they're like, well, you know, you realize you're a big dude. I'm like, yeah, I realize it. So, you know, he asks me what, you know, I'm doing about the weight. I'm like, well, you know, we're working out, we're doing this, blah, blah, blah. You know, we've lost 20 pounds in a month and a half. And it was horrible because the dude didn't even pay attention. He asked the question and then he didn't even really listen to the response. So anyways, where was I going with it? Oh yes. So this girl comes in to give me an EKG. I've never had an EKG before, and they're fucking scary machines because she hooks you up with like literally like 14 different sensors all over your body, your stomach, your chest, your everywhere. And it's horrifying, you know, because you're just like, okay, you know, and once she's done with that, then, you know, she runs some paper. Well, she runs the paper, runs it twice, and then she sets it on the doctor's desk, and she's like, okay, you can get up, you know, you can remove all the sensors. And these sensors, they're not like little gentle band-aids. These little sensors are designed to handle re-entry on the shuttle. I mean, they're like some kind of like cement adhesive that when you peel them off, I don't have to lose weight anymore. Like every single one of those I pulled off took out like 14 pounds of my skin just directly off my body. So that kind of sucked. And so she's like, you know, the doctor will be with you shortly. And I'm like, well, you just took my EKG. Can you tell me, you know, is it good or is it bad? And she's like, oh, well, I don't know how to read them. I'm like, yeah. In my experience, most of the time, nurses and such like that know how to read that shit. But, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So she leaves. Well, I look down at the, did the video just screw up? Everybody's talking like the video just fucked up on the stream. I hope it's good. Well, I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm gonna hope that the video is doing okay because on my end it's working. So I'll just hope that you guys are seeing it. So, anyways, she set it on the desk, and I'm just sitting in here in this room by myself after this ordeal, and I get curious. And I'm like, well, fuck it, I can take a look at the EKG. So I start looking at the EKG, and then at the top of the EKG, it says abnormal readings. Okay, and then below that, it's like borderline ECG. And I'm like, what the fuck does this shit mean? So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the hell? You know, I mean, this is my fucking heart, dude. You know, I mean, it's not like it's, you know, something that's not a big deal. This is my fucking heart. So I'm freaking out now because my dad's had all sorts of heart problems. Of course, he smokes like a fucking chimney. But I'm freaking out. So I start trying to Google this shit, because I'm like, fuck it, Google will tell you everything. So I'm Googling, and Google's like, well, most of the time, this type of deal is no big deal. Every once in a while, it means, you're going into heart failure, you're going into this. And I'm like, oh my God. And so for like fucking 45 minutes, I'm sitting in this room by myself with WebMD, more or less scaring the shit out of myself. Yeah. So like I didn't have heart problems by the time when I first got in there, but by the time the doctor finally gets to me, I'm freaking out, And so then the doctor comes in. He takes one look at the EKG. Okay, well, that's normal. And then just goes right back to I'm just like, wait, really? I was like, well, it says abnormal. Oh, yeah, it just says that. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. So, yeah. So that was nice. And then at the end of that, then, he just explains, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to give you that, take these, blah, blah, blah. And then he just leaves. And then, like, after he leaves, I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't grope me. And I'm like, man, was I just not attractive enough? Did I just not do it for him? Or, I mean, I felt a little bad on the inside. When a 55-year-old man decides, I'm not worth groping, it just kind of takes the wind out of your sails, you know what I'm saying?